All right, welcome back to Good Morning Football. Now, the Texans took control of the AFC South with the win over the Titans on Sunday, and they have a chance to wrap up the division title on Saturday with the win over the Bucs at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on the NFL Network. So let's go to the TrueView video and show you why the Texans put themselves in a position to wrap up their second straight AFC South crown. Let's break this on down. Check out Deshaun Watson. Now, who is he looking for? His guy, Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills is going to run across the field, and you'll see this corner route. This is a beautifully placed ball, high and away from the DB, and you'll see it again. Kenny Stills is one of those individuals that's going to constantly make plays for his quarterback, and there's another example of it right here. You have routes on the outside, in-cutting routes. Kenny Stills on the inside, he's going to run that corner. And just like I said, man, you're going to find him in the corner like the end of the Blair Witch, but that's Deshaun Watson doing what he does with his arm. How about this? Play action to the right, Deshaun Watson. Just when you think he's Deshaun of the dead, he's going to roll out and keep this play alive, and who is he looking for? A guy like Deandre Hopkins, who I like to call DeAndre Anthony Hopkins because he's eating DBs alive. But here it is, once again, the play action. You'll see the shift of the defense, right, because they have to respect the run. Carlos Hyde, he's been balling. But then he gets out of the pocket, a little untimed run, but if you're a wide receiver, you stay alive, you work the sideline. DeAndre comes down with the ball like he does. He's hitting his playmakers. Now that you have Will Fuller in the fold of things, Kenny Skills making plays, and then DeAndre Hopkins making plays for his quarterback. This is a team, if they catch the rhythm, could be in Miami in February.
You excited to catch up with DeAndre down there in Tampa?
Yeah, man. I got to talk to him. And he's my son's favorite player, so I'm still all good.
I thought Stephon Diggs was the other son.
The other son.
Got it. Well, DeAndre Hopkins will be on the field Saturday to kick off NFL Network. Their triple header, Texans at Bucs, followed by the Bills and Patriots at 4:30. Then we'll go out west for the nightcap between the Rams and the Niners, only right here on NFL Network. Selva's out in the newsroom in Culver City. Take it away.
Hey, thank you there, Kay. Guys, appreciate that. Well, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin rationalized the switch from Mason Rudolph to Devlin Duck Hodges by saying thusly, quote, "He didn't kill us." Well, throwing 4 picks would make you wonder about this sentiment, but Tomlin is sticking with the Duck under center. Hodges will get the start Sunday against the Jets. Tomlin says he's looking forward to giving him the opportunity to rebound. Now, Steelers QBs have an 80.3 passer rating this season, good for 29th in the NFL. 7 quarterbacks have thrown 4+ interceptions in a game this season, and Pittsburgh has 2 of them. As for one of Duck's top targets, Juju Smith-Schuster, dealing with the knee injury. He says his mind and body are telling him to go out there, but he doesn't want to return too soon and re-injure the knee to the point he would be out for another year. Juju added, quote, "I'm taking it slow and playing the game smart." And after Sunday's loss to the Chiefs, Broncos linebacker Von Miller voices frustration with the losing. Denver now with at least 9 losses in a season for the 3rd straight year. Quarterback Chris Harris Jr. was asked Tuesday on what pieces his team is missing to help turn things around in the Mile High City.
A biggest missing piece? We ain't got just a missing piece. We need a lot of pieces.
That they do. One of those pieces, though, that they have on the team, Von Miller, who made his 6th straight Pro Bowl, the Broncos' lone Pro Bowl representative is. But hearing Harris, hearing Von Miller, season of frustration, and they are just searching for answers right now.
Especially Shregs, they've been there. They know what it tastes like to win.
Those guys have won Super Bowls, so to be these teams that go 6-10 every season, that's not acceptable. That's not the standard. Is the standard in Denver, and they have not reached it the last few seasons.
Appreciate you so much. Lots to look forward to, though. Young team, young quarterback, Cortland Sutton. We've got Noah Fant there, so maybe 2020 will be their year. Selva, thank you. Saturday, triple header on NFL Network. Texans going to Tampa Bay to kick it off on NFL Network, and at the podium just yesterday, Bucs head coach Bruce Arians had an interesting take on DeAndre Hopkins.
It's really, for a fast guy, he's probably one of the most physical guys in the league. Physicality, Musha Muhammad, but he's faster. He's a combination of Muhammad and Stevie Smith. He'll beat you up and just take the ball. It's his ball, he's going to take it. And Deshaun's going to throw it to him because he knows he's going to catch it.
Great celebration.
Muhammad and Smith. Burleson, accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. DeAndre Hopkins admittedly said, I'm not the fastest guy in the world. This is about a month ago when he was talking about how Will Fuller's speed helps this offense. It's an interesting combination of guys. One, Musa Muhammad was a big, strong, physical guy.
Red zone.
He red zone target, and he really didn't out-jump you, but he was so tall that he would get to the ball before the DB. Now, Steve Smith, he played bigger than he was. I think what Bruce is saying, Deandre Hopkins, even though he's a tall wide receiver, he plays bigger than that. If he's 6'3", 6'4", he plays like he's 6'8", Kyle.
It's such a delightfully random comparison. I'm so pleased by this, and yet I disagree. I see him more as like an Eric Moulds meets Marty Booker type, or like Antonio Freeman with a little Rob Moore. You know, recently it's been more Lavernius Coles meets Brian Finneran, but I respect Bruce Arians. You can pick any of them.
I was thinking Curtis Duncan, Carl Pickens.
Oh, Pickens!
It all true.
I love that. Little Lee Evans.
What he's saying about Steve Smith, though, is that like he's got this nasty edge, and I think DeAndre has that, and I don't think we've seen it necessarily in that big spot because last year they lost in that playoff game early, and it was 20. But like DeAndre Hopkins is nasty out there. Like he wants to rip your soul out, and I think the Texans as a whole, like, they kind of need that right now because you lose to Broncos 2 weeks ago, then you have this big win. Like this game on paper, you look at it and say Texans are going to the playoffs, Buccaneers are going nowhere. Texans need to but I don't think anyone 100% feels like the Texans are going to blow out the Bucs.
Are you saying they don't have the dogs, Peter?
That's
you know
what I'm wondering.
I get it.
I'm wondering.
I get it.
And like, wouldn't it be nice to see, if you're a Texans fan, a 42-0 blowout going into the playoffs? Like, this is a team that's not going anywhere. DeAndre, let's lean on you. Let's go for 4 touchdowns and $150. Like, it just doesn't seem like they have that in them where they just rip your hearts out. I would love to kind of see that Steve Smith dog out of this team this weekend.
I always feel like Michael Thomas, I think, will kill you. Like, I think he is out there and he's not playing any games. And DeAndre's really entertaining and he's really talented, but that's an interesting part of it. The Steve Smith thing is a compliment, meaning like, don't try me. And I'd like to see that too.
I think we're robbed of not seeing Mike Evans out there, Chris Godwin, 2 of the best receivers in the National Football League here in 2019. They've been ruled out, but what a time to shine on Saturday. A huge game for this Buccaneers team for their future, trying to stop the playoff hopes of another team, and they've got Rashad Perryman there as their top receiver. He's been making plays. He's been filling in well, so we'll see how he can do. More wide receiver talk on the way, of course, but we've also got a huge NFC East matchup on Sunday.